Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm back for another Slim Sports interview. As always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And joining me today is my brother from my JUCO days. Just got done playing his first year at the Division I level, playing for Delaware State. Now he's making the move to the Missouri State Bears to dominate the boards in the Missouri Valley Conference. I'm talking about one of the best rebounders in the country, Wesley Oba. What's going on, man?
Steps in and tips it away. Now he'll bring it up. Lob, and that is Oba.
What's going on, my guy, man? I appreciate you having me, Jay, man. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate it, for real.
Always, man. Always happy to have you on. You got one of the best personalities I've ever had on here, and we always have good interviews, man. So let's go on ahead. Let's jump right into it, man. That first year with the Hornets, Delaware State, Division I. You spent your first year of college basketball playing D2 at Sioux Falls. Spent a year with FSW, one of the top JUCO programs in the country. And now this past year, finally got to play Division I basketball. Talk to me real quick about what that experience was like playing against Division I competition for your first full season.
Well, it was interesting. Like it's a big thing where obviously being in the MEAC, like it's a different kind of conference where obviously you're not in the Big 12, you're not in the Big 10, Well, it's like I played Texas, we played Penn State, we played Wake Forest, we played ECU, and it's like it was an eye opener that like there's a lot more other guys out there that are hungry like me. You know what I'm saying? Like where JUCO kind of opened my eyes up to like how much do I really want it now at this point? It's not anymore of a thing of where just you can't coast through it no more. You can't do that. It's like every day is a grind, with JUCO, and having obviously my brothers at JUCO to help me out and had guys that obviously played Division I, came back to JUCO and went back to higher Division I conferences. I loved it. It just opened my eyes to know that like there's more out there for me, and like I just want to keep going to the top. You know what I'm saying? Just keep reaching higher, like have more goals for myself, and then just keep pushing myself.
Absolutely, man. I mean, a lot tougher competition. Like I said, you played against those Power 5 teams, so you saw what you could do. And you know me, I was watching your games. I was supporting you, and I saw you getting rebounds on all of those teams, doing your thing in the post. And you started off as a role player for this Delaware State team this past season, still averaging about 20 minutes per game. There were games where you had 25, 30 minutes, and you were coming off the bench still. And then towards the end of the season, that kind of last third of the season, you ended up taking on that starting role where the coaching staff saw what you were doing. They put their trust in you to go out there and make an impact right away. Talk to me real quick about when you kind of finally started to get that starting role. How did that process happen, and what was kind of your reaction to that?
Obviously, like me being confident in myself, I feel like I could have started from the beginning of the season. It's not a thing of like I felt like me starting like it was going to hurt the team in any way. But obviously, coach had his own like philosophies and wanted to go his way. And obviously, I'm not complaining. I take everything that's given to me. But yeah, like it was a thing of where I told myself that I'm gonna do what I do best. I'll rebound, play defense. That's two things I do great, and I'm just an energy guy for a team. And that's something like the coaches talked to me about. Actually, like throughout the year, they were like, "We want to start you, but we feel like you come on the bench is better for us because you just bring that spark. So when we like maybe get that a little bit or go through a little drought, use that person that go in and it's like we have energy again, like saying. So I was like, okay. And so towards the end of the season when that last third, as you said, of the season when I starting, it felt a bit weird at the beginning because it's like guys were doing their own things and it wasn't the same as when I came off the bench and it's like there was a certain different kind of flow, But I mean, I love starting. I love playing basketball in general. So it's like obviously at the end of the year, I started playing 30 plus minutes. And I was just like very eager to be on the court. Like it was just a thing of where like when they called my name, they were like, yeah, Wes, you're starting. It was like, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't even really surprised. But it was a thing of where like, yeah, it's go time now. Let me show from the beginning what I can do rather than just get put in like after I don't know 5-10 minutes whatever the time is, but just come into the game and then from the beginning lead my team with the energy that I have and then just do what I do great for a longer period of time. So like I was just excited, like it was a time that was coming. Eventually I knew it was going to come and I just had to wait my time, like all glory to God. And at some point my coach has seen what I can do is very valuable and I believed that I needed to be there for the whole game. So I said okay.
Yeah, and I mean, you were putting up great numbers throughout the season, 6.2 points, 6.1 rebounds per game, one of the top rebounders in that conference, especially on the offensive glass. I saw you getting those putbacks left and right, little hook shot, dunk, all of that. and
Yeah.
showed in your field goal percentage also because you shot 60% from the field this past season for a Delaware State team that, like you mentioned, you play a lot of Power 5, real tough conference teams, where the non-conference schedule kind of made you guys look a little worse than you actually were. Overall,
Yeah.
for 15-19, and the MEAC, you guys had a rough start, but had a strong finish, 6-8 in MEAC action. But in that conference tournament, you guys made it all the way to the championship game. I know because I was watching every single game you guys had. I was incredibly excited. I was ready for you guys to make it to the March Madness tournament. Came up a little bit short against Howard in that championship game, but being
Yeah.
able to go on that kind of run where you were able to take down some really tough teams. Talking real quick about that run that the Hornets had, where you guys were able to put those wins together and make it to that championship game.
Obviously, as a collective, we talked about it before we went to the tournament. It was a thing of where it's like a new season again, because it's like whoever wins now wins. It's not a thing of where, oh yeah, you guys had a better record. Doesn't matter if you guys lose, you guys still gonna proceed. Like, no. So we told ourselves it's like we don't care what matchups we get. I know some other teams were playing to be like, oh, we want to be the 3rd seed, we want to be the 4th seed, so we play these guys first, like whatever. But for us, it was just a thing of where whoever we get, we'd be the #1 team in our conference. Norfolk one game by 20. We were just like up and downs. Like then we would lose another game to another team that we had no way better than, but we just couldn't get it together. And yeah, like I feel like that run for us was like one of our coaches explained it to us, like, because all my coaches were new, like it was a new coaching staff, and I was their 3rd year being there. So I remember that obviously when they first got there, they won like 2 games, 3 games. Then they won like 6, 7 the following year. And then obviously when we got there, we won like 14, as he said, we had a non-conference schedule was a bit more difficult. If you would have picked, low conference teams, we would have maybe like a better record. Maybe we could have had like a 500 record, But yeah, it was just a thing where we came in together as a collective, and I told myself, why, like, this is the biggest stage for our season. Like for anybody's season, obviously this is the stage where you win or you go home. You lose this game, you're not playing anymore. Whether you go to a different, like an NIT tournament, CBI, whatever, but it's like, this is like done, So I told myself, I'm gonna give it my all, like I told coach, like, you guys got 100% from me, like I'm gonna give everything I have. And I felt like a lot of the guys were like that too, because we had a bit of like we wanted to prove ourselves. Everybody on my team felt like we got overlooked a lot of the times. Other teams started, talking trash about us, in some ways. And we was like, nah, like, we're not going out like that. So obviously I'm proud we made it to the final. Like obviously I'm proud. I'm not happy we lost, not just because like obviously we lost, but obviously we lost by like 3-4 points, I think. And we didn't play our greatest game. You know what I'm saying? You can tell guys were tired. I think the first game of the tournament, I played like 38 minutes. The next game of that, I played like 40 minutes. Like coming to the final, it's like, then I had like a concussion and stuff. It's like, it just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But like the run itself, like I think it proved to everybody, and especially to Delaware State as the school, itself, as a college, is like, it put them on the map, which I'm happy for, regardless of me being there now or not. It's like a thing of where I've helped, the president of the school told me this too, like he's proud of what we did, and he appreciates me for like just going hard every day in practice and the games and stuff, because like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, there's a bigger purpose than just playing basketball, and it's like I helped the school out, get on the map, other people can like now be like, yo, I want to go to Delaware State, like, and it's like, that's an eye-opener, for everybody, because now it's like there's more opportunities, not just for athletes, for regular students, the president, like members, staff, whatever. So yeah, like, I'm just grateful that like we've came together at the right time of the year, to take it that far and even go to the final. So I'm proud of us for that.
Yeah, and you had some big games throughout the season against Bethune-Cookman. You had 14 points, 11 rebounds. East Carolina, very tough team, very tough conference that they're in. You guys played them. You had 15 points and 9 rebounds in that game. 11-11 against Norfolk State. And like I said, you guys made it to that MEAC championship game. Actually got a tournament invite to the CBI where you guys played Seattle in that first round. And now that you got done with your first year at Division I level, entered into that transfer portal, you got one more year of eligibility left, and now you are at Missouri State in the Missouri Valley Conference, which they got a new coach coming in that brought you in, obviously, and a couple of other transfers, which we'll get into one of those other transfers here in a little bit, as you already know. talk to me real quick about that decision to go to Missouri State. What stuck out about them to where you wanted to go be a Bear for your final year of college?
Kwanzaa Mine, Coach Mine, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's somebody that like I look up to in a sense where I don't even just look at him like a head coach, you know, like I look at him like a mentor in a sense where he's done it himself. You know, if you look back at his own like story of how he came to college, like he kind of broke it down to us every day. He talked about his story to me like a lot, and he always tells me it's like he didn't shoot threes the first 2 years of his college career. You know, freshman and sophomore, he didn't shoot any threes, and then his last 2 years he combined making like 190 something 3-pointers, which is like he's broke the school record for making the most in such a short time or something. You know, and he's an individual. Obviously, he played for Purdue, went to the NBA, went overseas, played in Italy. You know, had some issues going on with his body, so he stopped playing. Went back and coached. You know, went coaching again at Purdue. Coached at Cal. You know, so he coached NBA champion Jaylen Brown. You know, coached Tennessee, coached at Missouri, coached Michael Porter Jr. You know, so it's like a thing where he's coached guys and helped guys get to the point where I want to go myself. You know, and he's had that. So he has he has a cheat sheet where I just gotta go there, work hard, try my best, and it's gonna help me to get to a point where I can do something for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, all glory to God, like that's the NBA, you know, but it's just a thing of where I'm not just coming here to become a better basketball player, but I'm coming here to become a better man too. You know, he's put it into perspective that obviously basketball is only such a small part of our whole lives, you know, but it's like this time I'm here, I can use it to better myself and like help my family out too, you know, and at the end of the day, I feel like I wanted somebody that was real with me. Obviously, I had a lot of other schools that reached out to me, but I just felt like I want something that's real. I didn't want nobody just telling me, yeah, you come here, you got all of this already given to you. Like, I didn't want that, you know, I wanted to go somewhere where, obviously in a great conference, you know, Missouri Valley Conference, but also would the coaching staff that have been around them for numerous years, of known them for 20 plus years, and then also like have somebody that just breaks it down to me like, you can be here if you do this, this, and this, you know, and I'm not promising you that, but you have a chance to get there. You know, like I'm not gonna tell y'all, you score this many points, or you're in the NBA, or you score this many, you're going to play pro overseas and top league in the ACB or Euro League. You know, like, nah, he told me, he's like, I'm not promising you nothing. I can't, you know, but I can tell you, like, this is the script. You can follow this plan. You work hard. You put your all into it. And you trust me, you know, and the coaches. Sky can be the limit, you know. And he's one individual that installed confidence in me, and that's something that like I've not really had in previous years from coaches. So getting that now is like, what better year than my last year? You know, go out with a bang, play the best season I've played in college ever, and then just, you know, look back and be like, yeah, I'm proud of myself for that. So like, I wanted to go somewhere where it's like people that showed me love without even knowing me. Because at the end of the day, they didn't know me, you know, like they didn't know me before they recruited me. And it's like, it's showing me love and it was genuine and it felt genuine. So like, that's really like a big reason why like I chose to come to Missouri State and be a Bear.
And I'm definitely excited to see what you do this upcoming season. Not just yourself, but also one of your teammates in Alan Udamadu, who was with you in the JUCO ranks at FSW, and then ended up going to Morgan State, also in the MEAC. You guys were going against each other. I'm sure you guys were talking trash on the boards.
Now we beat you, though. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I saw the numbers. I'm not gonna say who had more boards. I love both of you guys, but Delaware State won the rebounding battle in some of those games. But I know now you guys are back to being teammates at Missouri State. I'm so excited to see you guys play alongside one another again. But talk to me real quick about, you know, that kind of journey for the two of you, you know, going against each other last year and now going back to being teammates. How exciting is that?
I mean, it's a blessing. You know, like, obviously, I have other two teammates, you know, Tyson and Bradley, like, are together too right now, you know, and I know for them, it must be like amazing kind of feeling to be back, reunited, you know. So for me and Alan, it's like that's my brother, man. I love him. So being back with him, obviously, we have come from a similar background, you know, and it's like, it's a thing of where like I got somebody that can reach out to for support, and I know he's genuine, you know, like that's somebody that obviously I talked to last year while we were playing against each other and stuff, and the year before that we was chilling all the time together and stuff. So it's somebody that like that I can go to for anything. You know, I'm not coming here like just by myself, you know, just like maybe just knowing the coaches, no teammates or nothing. Like I come in here with a brother in already. I feel more at ease, you know, like when times get tough, he can lean on me, I can lean on him, you know, and it's a thing of where we can encourage each other to continue growing and become the better versions of ourselves. So like I'm just like like when I first found out that he was coming in here too, man, I prayed to God, man. I was just so grateful and thankful because at the end of the day, like, how many times does this happen to people? You know, and it's like to be back with him again, can't ask for anything better. Like we're both in a situation where it's both our last years, I think, you know, and we can both do great things. Like we talked about this years ago, you know, then to be like, all right, you go Morgan State. You know, he was like, yo, you playing at Delaware State, like you're gonna play me this year. I'm like, oh, okay, you know. And then to now be like, yo, I come into Missouri State, where you going? I'm going there too. You know, it's like, wow, like we're going again together, you know what I'm saying? Like doing that thing again together. So it's like, I don't know, I'm just beyond grateful that I can like be again with my brother and then just have somebody that's like just gonna help me, you know what I'm saying, support me throughout my own journey. And it's like it's another person that can keep me accountable for things, you know, like it's not a person that's gonna like sugarcoat anything for me. And I know he has my best interest at heart. So yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? Big out.
So obviously both of you were two of the top rebounders in the MEAC last season. We mentioned you guys going against each other. Who's leading the Bears in rebounds this season? Is it you or is it Allen?
All I'm saying is I'm gonna be the #1 offensive rebounder. If you want us to get the defensive ones, you can get them. But I'm gonna be the #1 offensive rebounder. You know what I'm saying? I was top 40 in the country last year. Gotta do it again. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's all I'm saying though. So if you want to get 5 defensive but 2 offensive, it's all right. But I'm gonna get 3, 4 offensive, and then the defensive he can have. I'm gonna let him have it. I'm gonna let him have it. But he knows I'm a bad rebounder though. He knows this too. He knows it. He knows it. It's all right though.
There you go. Hey, gotta have that competitiveness, and that's gonna help the Bears to a successful season. Obviously, you're already seeing the roster. You're seeing what the coaching staff is putting in place. Talking real quick about what these Missouri State fans should be expecting from the Bears this upcoming season in a conference that, in all reality, is kind of wide open. Drake is having a total reset. St. Bonaventure, you know, all that. Bradley is probably the #1 contender right now, but even they lost a few pieces as well. So what is it about this Missouri State team that's going to make them one of the best in the Missouri Valley Conference?
Obviously we have a whole new team too, you know, and it's a thing of like how hungry we are right now. I can't even wait to see how it's going to be when we come back for preseason. You know, it's a thing of like we're going to be very electrifying next year, and Missouri fans, like the Missouri State fans, are going to be in for a treat because coming back with Coach Martin and the way he coaches as an individual and the way he talks to us, it's going to be a long year for every other team in the MVC. I don't care if Bradley has returners. I don't care Indiana State. I don't care Drake, Evansville, Illinois State, all these schools. Like, I don't care about that. You know, it's a thing of we're just going to be the most hungry team. We're going to be sharp on defense, you know, and we're going to win the defensive battles where offense is just going to come easy for us. You know, at the end of the day, we're so talented where if we have great defense, if we're going to be the #1 defensive team in the conference and have great talent on offense, sky's the limit at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to be playing second and third week in March. That's where we're going to be playing, you know, simple as that. So that's all I really have to say to that. Second and third week of March.
Hey, let's go. I can't wait to see what you guys end up doing. Love Missouri State, love their campus, what they do. My mother, that's her alma mater. Shout out to her. She
Shout out to mom, man. Shout out to Mumsy.
had to put up with me for 22 years of her life. I feel sorry for her, but definitely exciting to see you guys repping that Missouri State gear and being able to go off, do what you do, live your dreams, playing college basketball your final year. And I can't wait to see some more members of the Slim Sports family in March Madness next year, man. So thanks for doing this with me. Thanks for taking time out of your day. You know I love you like a brother, and I'm definitely locked in with the Bears this upcoming season.
All love, my boy. I appreciate you having me, boy. Thank you.